Okay, ladies and gentlemen, like we all know, today is not a day for long. Today is just we come here to congratulate our sister. Just want to say that the same way you guys feel the same way. Peace was one of the best president of the Royal Association. When she came, when she took over the office, she started work immediately. And she has done a lot trying to put the whole piece together, trying to professionalize the industry. For us, peace is a global figure. That is why that people have been my phone, no peace with my phone. They've been calling me all over, to ask me what happened. As I speak to you, most of us here today, we are still pleased. We're not able to come out from this big shock. How our sister just left us. Like my brother, Peace is one of those people who are coming to this world to get her own thing done and live fast. And most times these people, they achieve a lot in a very short, while. And that is how I see peace. Some days ago, just on the 2nd of December, Peace said, everybody should gather in our office. That the chairman of the secretary of the board, so that we can honor him. Then we all gathered there. Instead of us to talk about the man's birthday, it was peace everybody was talking about. At the end of the day, I had to say, hey, you guys cool down. We are here for the secretary of the board's birthday. Because, people stood up and were saying all the good things that peace, did for them. For me in particular, that day, you understand, for my house that I have today, you understand, if not for peace, I would have lost that house.
There's nothing I done.
God bless you. I called Peace, I said, Peace, see my wahala. Peace said, cool down. 3 days after Peace told me to cool down, the bank called me and everything was settled. It was like magic. So that day that we gathered together, each and every one of us stood up and was talking about one thing or the other that Peace did for them. So, for me, I'm short of words, seriously. I'm always saying that God will give you guys the fortitude to overcome this. It will not happen again in Jesus' name. God will give you the strength, the power, the financial capacity to be able to pass through this moment. And we, as children of the producer, we are here today to say that anywhere the family wants us to come in, we are ready. And Peace Day will not go in vain. Because Peace, the industry was Peace's child. She worked so hard. You understand? There's nothing happening anywhere in this industry that you will not see Peace. Since Peace came back from UK, she's been in this industry, doing one thing or the other, making sure this industry grows. And I want to appeal to the family that our baby, Amma,
It will go on. All right. Thank you. Actually, to borrow something, my second son. She has been working with my second son for a long time because she said that she will now take a back seat and let the Z generation take over with her guidance. And this was, sending them to Berlin. They've just gotten their documents to go to Berlin. So just to go for the Berlin festival.
So, and the vice president, the secretary of the board is here, Mr. Jodudu. The vice president is here, bless him. You know that. And we have some vice presidents here, Zulu Okafo, and Mr. Rafo Webike, and of course.
They're not vice presidents.
I'm sorry, Jesus, guys, see, you know, I started with vice. See, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, I understand.
The past president, Zulu Okafo, and of course the immediate past president, Rafo Webike. The Oga of Abuja International Film Festival is here with
My sister.
With
My sister.
With the beautiful wife. Our General Secretary, Ebu, General Secretary is here. And past Executive Makilian of AMP is here. Understand?
Our patron.
Yes. The patron we did it.
This one?
Yes.
My house with this.
Yes. Oh, hey. So, Mr. Andiboyo, our wonderful patron. You know, we all said, okay, we are gathered here, we're going to gather here today to celebrate with you people. But I'm happy what you have just said about Amma. And I'll just introduce all these people because we, in Association of as in Association of Producer, we on our own, not going to allow Amadan. We're going to once, please take us along from the planning stage to the end of anything you guys are doing for Amma. The able vice president is here. She's going to gather all of us and say, well, this is the role you have to play. That is, we owe peace that. And again, the association is going to do something to keep peace name forever in this industry. So the junior ones that are coming, they will know that there was a lady that fight for whatever they're enjoying today. One lady was there to make it possible for us. You know, the job people at this point they say,
Okay, let me.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. My brother, how you doing? Well, we thank God for everything. Maybe we should be careful. You know, your own don't happen now. So just suddenly we need them for praise.
I know how you feel. Because I've passed through that.
I know now. I know.
I've passed through
Ah,
I know what it is.
well, I did.
When the person, when you lose somebody, say, I lost somebody. You lose somebody, sorry. Because you don't close, you don't know. What my brother all come to.
You can put yourself in the shoes of another person like that. Honestly. We pray. Since I see you, I take out. I salute all everybody. Thank you.
Let me start from election of this administration. Peace perceived me as an enemy. And I told Peace that you might think I'm an enemy, but if this man calls me and says, do this, I can't refuse it. But anyway, I was not an enemy. She just didn't know that I was just played neutral, because that's my role as a patron, to be neutral. I don't support any side, even though I was not perceived to support one side. I just arrived from Hawaii to New York when I started getting rumbles. It on Monday. I started calling around. I called the vice president, I called the secretary, I called everybody. At that time, they've not even heard. But because of what I hold for is so high, she knows it, but she denies it sometimes. But later when she confessed that I know. I took the next, I'm not supposed to be here, and I took the next flight back to attend this situation. And one other thing that was happening was that when I was talking to the vice president, she was intimating me to call judge, and I was intimating her to call judge because I didn't know how to call judge. So when I called judge, what did I say? Even the only message I sent to the judge was, I cried and I said, he's there. Okay, but judge and the family, when their dad was still around, when we started most beautiful girl in Nigeria, Intercontinental,
all of it.
Ben Bruce, I don't know, we used to come from the States, George and Co. used to drive that their long Mercedes Benz. That's a long Mercedes Benz. I think it was silver or something from here. We were hosted at Sheraton to come and see us. So the relationship has been from then on. I know most of you don't even know that she's even involved with us, this most beautiful girl in Nigeria. We are the pioneers of silver bed and all that. We just take a back seat, let Ben be the change. And a lot of things have moved on. I'm, in my own view, today, I've now taken a new turn, which I hope and pray that the current executive, who are also part of it, will continue in that light. How have things changed? One, this should be a 2-year tenure, where before you do that, so people concentrate more on elections than the actual work. We've been able to change it around. I suppose they have ratified it, where it will be a 4-year tenure. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So that gives her the room. I didn't want her to start contesting election and focus on election, because the last election was a little bit bitter on the basis of I don't know what basis, but there was some basis where it became really bitter. But she succumbed. She won. So they are moving along that line. I myself have committed. I'm patron of AGN, I'm patron of DGN, I'm also patron of AMP. AMP is my first dream. I was invited into AMP by Paul Obasek, patron of AMP. So I'm committed that this work that I'm doing with her, I had something that I was going to discuss with her when I came back. The last communication I had with her.
I held on to that, and so I continued in the village. I just prayed and I refused to come back to Lagos because I wanted the next call I get to be that she's out of coma. I didn't see it coming.
Take it easy, guys. Okay. Easy,
This was not our agreement. We always talk. She always say, my little sister, AMP is going to be run by women. After me, you're going to be president. We talked about that a lot. We would laugh about it. And I'll say, no, I won't do it. I can't do it. And she said, don't worry, I'll still be with you. So that the things that I have started, nobody will come and spoil them. So we talked about all that. On the 27th, she still sent me a message and she said, Ajala travel, have you gone? And I said I was traveling tomorrow because I went to my hometown on the 28th. And then when I got there, I know I offended her because she thinks I post too much. I make a lot of video because I made a video of my house and I posted.
He said that, why should you do that? She was texting me. He said, go and talk to her. I said, no, you talk to her.
I knew, so I avoided her. On New Year Day, I refused to call her phone. I refuse to talk to her because I know if I call her, she'll start shouting. Why will you go and show people that you don't hide yourself for your son? You want your son to be, because she always called my son her son. You want my son to be motherless and all that. So I refused to talk to her, but I was always, you know, she would view my status. I knew she was okay. And then after the anger, on the 3rd, On Facebook, I saw she commented, "Congratulations, sis." I said, okay, she don't dey calm down. So I will call. So when I started getting calls that what's going on with your president, I said, here I'm in the village, oh. What's happening with my president? She's okay, she's fine. And they were like, no be my mouth, you go hear. They refused to say. So when Uncle Andy called me, he said the same thing. I said, Uncle Andy, which one be in my mouth? I be as Madam reported me that I posted something or this thing. He said, no, she didn't report you, that is something big. I said, okay, so I started calling Uncle George. Finally, after 12 a.m., Uncle George called me back and said, your sister is fine, is in a critical condition, but in coma. So I called on Victor, I said, this is what Uncle George said. There is nobody that will know Madam more than Uncle George. If Uncle George is saying she's alive and in critical condition, that's what I will take. I've told you people are coming to Lagos on the 20th of January, and that's it. I want to just enjoy this village. So, but I'll keep praying here. And some people said, okay. And when the news finally broke that she's gone, I sat in my house in the dark for a very long time. My phones were just ringing. I kept looking at my phone. And the only thing that came into my head was, this life, tomorrow is not sure for anyone. Tomorrow is not sure. Tomorrow is not guaranteed that all of us will die one day. But that the prayer is that we should live long to a very ripe age. And I remembered my mom immediately. My mom turned 80 on the 25th of January, December. And my mom, every time she would call, she would say, my prayer is that my children will bury me. So I now called my son. I said, God's time, you'll be the one to bury me. I will not bury you. Do you know that Mama is dead? And she said, who is Mama? I said, Madam President. She said, is it Auntie Peace? I said, yes. Say, so it started crying. I said, don't cry yet now. But anyway, don't cry. And I said, okay. So he left the room. So I called him back and said, God's time, put hand on my head. Say that you will die before me. So my son said, I can't say that. I said, please say it, that I will die before you. So because I had just a child, so I was afraid. The goose pimples, everything came running. I tried to type on Facebook, I couldn't. And then I just kept saying, today is not, I talk a lot, I write a lot, I make a lot of videos, but this is one death that has shocked me a lot because I didn't see it coming. I didn't hear sickness. I didn't just see, if I thought she was sick for a week or a month or thereabout, then I would say, okay, I mean, she was sick, but just like that. So I've not been able to come out of that shock. Struggling to come from my village yesterday. I left the village at 5 a.m. I didn't get to Lagos till 1 a.m. My car broke down. They had to tow me to Lagos. I said, I must come today. I must come here. Madam President was an amazing person. We fought a lot. We quarreled because she would always say, you too close, you exposed too much. She would always fight. But she was my elder sister. She was in every way my senior. In age, in Nollywood, in her position in arm, and I respected her. And heaven knows that I am so sad that it happened like that. But who are we to question God? I just pray that God puts her in a good place in heaven, and that all the legacies, everything that is left behind, that we that are here are able to push them forward, because she will be happy. As I believe she's watching us right now, because she's turned into an angel and a star. The legacy is so huge. She was a global figure, and I believe that she has written her name in gold in the sands of time. This will not be forgiven. She will not be forgotten. She will be remembered. She will be forever in our hearts. I just want to pray that the family, God will give them the fortitude to bear this loss. It's huge. When the news finally broke, Uncle George, I couldn't call you again. I sent messages because I didn't know how to call, and I just kept sending text messages. I'm so sorry for this loss. It's our loss. It's something huge for everybody, and we're feeling it. None of us have been able to come out of this shock yet, but God will give all of us the fortitude to bear the loss.
Uche Woka, Mrs. Head of the Nollywood team in Bank of Industry, who have become a soulful part of our industry. Please, Mrs. Uche Woka is here with us from Bank of Industry. When Nigeria lost one of its most appreciated heads of state, Murtala Mohammed, the great Lieutenant General Olusegun Obasanjo succeeded him. In his first speech, he said, I can pay him no better tribute than to continue in the spirit with which he has led this country. For me, I think that's the best tribute we can pay to peace. She was, for me, a glowing symbol of creative enterprise. I'm sure that as a creative entrepreneur, you can tell our story and change the story of Africa. She was a great woman, and certainly, she's left a void that we will work hard to fill. But what we can do as members of the Association of Movie Producers is to continue in the spirit with which she led us. May her soul rest in peace.
For all of us here, for me personally, I cannot quantify peace contribution to my life. I've been writing my memoirs for the past almost 5 years now. And the past, only twice in my life in this industry where somebody has died. It's the second one. The first one was Chico. The second one that touched me. When I mean touched me. And when these two died, the two of them, I can't cry. It's even more painful when you can't cry, and most people cannot cry for peace. Peace was a symbol of peace. Peace can fight you today, but it will see you first. And peace adds different things. When I saw Nabele all the way from Milong, it was Milong 2 days ago when he was on the platform. He came from Milong because of peace. Peace was different. I remember our F1 days. If those who knew about F1, peace was different. When we had F1, peace was the only woman out of 25, 26 women in our politics office that would see them at 12 midnight, even though she was married. Why? Passion. She had passion for this industry. That was peace. For me, I'll talk about peace. Talk about peace in glowing fabrics. There are so many things peace has done for this industry. Zeb told the story about peace. Peace has touched lives. I was very sick in 2004 when we were going to America. 44 producers and actors. I was very sick on my hospital bed. Practically almost dead. Those who knew, many people didn't know. Only Peace and a few people knew. Peace insisted. Yes, I didn't go for the visa, but they had a visa, but Peace insisted, said I must travel with them. I said I'm sick now. I said, Peace came there with my wife and made sure I went with them on that trip. She bought the ticket, said you must go. I said I cannot go, I'm sick. She said, no, the only way you will get well is this trip. Leave this country, let me just take you out. Some of people will say he's sick, like, don't even come for meetings, he wasn't there with us, why would he go with us? But Peace did that. This is different. So, yes, regardless of course, every woman being, I keep saying it, every of us, even including me, have our own negatives. But when you look at Peace, look at the last 24 hours since she died, there are different things. Everybody here, Peace has touched one way or the other. Everybody here. And when I was looking around too, even when Mrs. Onka came in, I was crying. Peace is different. You cannot tell the story of Nollywood. This 20 years. I met Peace about 2002, 2008, when she came in fully into the industry. And I remember the first time we met, how we met. But you cannot tell the story of this industry on the continent today without mentioning Peace. You thought, yeah, did you say, let's do birthday for you. That's Peace for you. Peace, no matter how you look at it. For all of us here, we've come here, and like Zeba said, and of course the patron said, Peace will not be forgotten. That's one assurance I can tell the families. I can tell the family that Peace contribution to this industry will not be forgotten. She has laid a mark. It's among those few people who do things very fast and they leave their mark on the sand of time. There's no way we forget Peace. Sorry. Peace is one person that all of us cherish, even in death. We will remember, and to the mom, who I know very well, they were very close. I was looking at their picture this morning. I said, "These people look alike." I never knew all these years. So, for all of us, I know the mom at this point in time, she has to bear it. It's painful for all of us. It's painful for the industry. It's painful for the country too. Even the family will not know how big Peace is. That was the same thing that happened when Chico died. Zeb never knew how big Chico was. Till today, people still mention Chico. Years after he has gone, 2 years down the line. There are people that come and they have that short lifespan and they make an impact. What we should be trained that when we leave, they will remember us. So, and like I tell everybody, tomorrow is not assured. Amongst us here, we don't even know. If they told Peace on Friday last week that you won't see today, Wednesday, or Thursday, Peace will say, no, it's not possible. I will say it now. He will tell you it's not possible. She will tell you. She's gone to her war 6 years ago when she felt very sick and came back and we saw her. I posted a picture of me and Peace 2005.
Owobo now. This came an Owobo. If you know peace, you will know peace and Owobo. I posted that picture, so it's not peace. So if you told her she has gone through her worst 6 years ago, not yesterday. I told she didn't work again. It's not now. But you see, tomorrow is not assured. For those of us who are alive today, try and do your part. Play your part and leave this to God. So thank you for accepting to receive us today on this condolence visit. We are still part of this family. We will remain a part of this family. We know some of you individually and of course the rest of the family, from Mama to Peace, the last child. Thank you very much.
Well, we just want to thank for receiving us. I want to thank our colleagues too. We are really touched, but as everybody has said, we are committed to carrying out the song. We are really committed that our dream will never go dim. Thank you very much.
Thank you. To hear from those that have spoken. In terms of my sister, Peace, our only sister, and the last child of our parents. It has been an interesting journey. We've always lived together. She's the only one that lives on her own. But she has a house here. Because our father believed that all the daughters, whether granddaughter, whatever a man has, a woman should have. No demarcation. So she has a house here, and that's where my mom stays with us. It's a very painful loss to us. We have not even gotten, I don't think we'll ever get used to it. Peace is the only person that can come in here now and say, I'm going to London. Nobody asks her, why? But if I get up and say I'm going to London, I'll have a conference called about my traveling. She'll come in and she'll go, no question asked. The entertainment industry was her passion. And to impact it on people, on the young people, was another passion she had. Even within the family, she has selected a few of them that she has been mentored to take over from her. She wants to direct from the back. Her death is, like I said, the worst sickness, which is called brief illness. I had, was it her Friday, Saturday? She called me at 3 in the morning. Said she didn't like how she was feeling. We rushed to the hospital. You know, doctors always say it should be okay. But when you're asking her sister how you feel, say she's still feeling very bad. But God took her when He wanted to take her. Everybody has a bus stop. That's the way we look at it. We as a family, one thing we can assure you, all the projects she has almost 5 films in the making as we speak. She's directing, she's the executive producer as we speak. She has completed 3, 2 are just being started. And we asked ourselves, where do we go from where we are? And it reminds me of when our father died, when we started our foundation. And we said, how do we remember this man? Luckily, all of us were there when he died. And we said, well, she said he was going to be a teacher of men. So let's see what he has written. And that's how we started our foundation. We started writing world leaders to come and deliver the speeches. As of today, I was talking with Peace on Thursday about our foundation lecture on the 26th. Because we have a planning committee. She's part of the planning committee. We have a foundation on the 26th of this month. And now we have gone so far that we're saying, are we going to cancel? But before she died, I said, make sure the foundation holds. As if she knew because we will cancel. She said, make sure the foundation holds. We don't want to talk much, but we will keep you, all of you, posted. The program will soon come out. Everybody will know. But we're very, very grateful as a family. That's my senior brother. He is Charles.
I will say a few words once it's done.
There is nothing Peace does that nobody, all of us the brothers, we know. We know everything about her, except the one that are very private to her. But when it comes to business, everything she's involved with. When it comes to association, she's involved with. We're all involved with her. When she does AMA, it's like everything stops till AMA is completed. That's how we do it. And we'll continue to do what she likes to do. Just a few months ago, she trained 890 people, young people. If you ask Kepi today, Kepi will tell you his phone has rang up. If his phone has only 890, have you? Kepi's phone now must have burnt down because he has been receiving from all those children.
That was the film in the box.
Yes.
It was 800.
They are all calling. They want to know what is. These are young. That she impacted just in a few months. Is it up to 2 months?
Yeah, I think it was about 3 months.
So there's nothing to say. All of you have said much. My own position is to say thank you for coming. And thank you for appreciating her. Because some people will die, they don't. It's what people say after you go that matters, not what they say when you're alive. Because that's when the truth comes out. So we're very good as a family. Charles.
Okay. So, well, if I say fellow colleagues, I won't be out of turn. So I say, my dear colleagues, I want to thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedule. I know we're in a gig economy in the movie industry, so we thank you for taking time out to come and participate with us. As my brother George has assured, we will do everything as a family, and those that know us know we act as one to see that her legacy continues. As a first step in that direction, I will join your association as a junior floor member after so many years. He was with me when we started Fun Time, the children's program, back in 2003. So I was the creator and executive producer, among other television projects. So I know this industry in that sense, and I've kept involved. So we want to thank you. But please rest assured that anything she was supposed to be doing, Vice VP, we will exchange numbers. Any little way, by way of advice, since I will join on as floor member, the little I can contribute, I will always do.
Thank you, sir.
Patron, we don't exchange number, so there will be no gap in communication. Peace has gone, but the Anyamoshiwe family is still there, and since we are as one, we would still contribute in any way that she's supposed to, by way of advice and the ideas you were sharing with her. Please feel free to communicate with us, any part we can play in bringing it to life. Your industry is one I understand very well. So we thank you all on behalf of the Anyamoshiwe clan. A lot of the children are already in the media field. Kite's daughter is in that space. She just graduated. My baby girl is in the California Film Institute doing a master's there. So creativity is us, and we are in that mental space. So please, thank you, thank you, thank you. Before I get emotional.